All right, y'all, now we're live.
Shalom, Israel.
We're live, Bob.
Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua Brakatham. All right, we're gonna
Shalom,
Yahshua
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatham.
We're gonna let the room fill up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and put that flyer up, Adawan.
The alert just went out. Okay, so I expect it to kind of start to fill up here in a minute. Hey, Yashala, hey, excuse us for the delay. Hey, our brother Yaradan, okay, is making his way back. Okay, he's making his way back into the United States. Okay, the brother, took out of his time out of his busy schedule. Okay, to make sure that he's gonna put this lesson together for y'all. So be patient with us. Okay, be patient with us. This brother, he's just settling down for the evening. Okay, and he's got something special for you all. All right, hey, you got the flyer back there, Op? All right, there, Akim and Akwaf. Hey, we got the summit, the 15th annual Hebrew Summit coming to Atlanta, Georgia, hosted by the Sons of Thunder Israelites on August the 6th through the 8th. Okay, we want to see everybody there. All right, live and direct, ready to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. Okay, fellowship with your brethren and with your Akwaf and become edified in the spirit. Also learn, all right, what the Mashara Yasharala, which is the government of Israel, is all about and how you can contribute, okay, to the body, okay? And we're going to have a camp showing, all right, at on the 6th. That's going to be at Woodruff Park in Atlanta, Georgia. That's where we normally teach, all right, where the Sons of Thunder normally teach. If you got any questions, go ahead and send us the email. All right, send us the email to sonsofthunderisraelites@gmail.com, and we'll guide you in the right direction as you try to make your way out to Woodruff Park. Okay. Also, we're going to have a conference. We're going to have a conference on the 7th. All right, that's when you get, all the information you need to know about the Mashara Yasharala. There's also going to be a lot of festivities going on. The brothers and sisters are going to put on a concert. Okay, after we do the conference, all right, and there's going to be a lot of other things going on, okay, for the body. On the last day, which is the 8th, we're going to do a cookout. Okay, that location will be coming out real soon. Okay, just be patient with us, and we'll get you all the details and the location, okay, and all of that good stuff here. You know what I mean, in a timely fashion. All right, so just be patient with us there, Yasha Allah. Just book your plane ticket to Atlanta, Georgia, okay? Book your plane ticket or make your plans, okay, to come down to Atlanta, Georgia to fellowship with us for the 15th annual Hebrew Summit. You got anything for the people out?
Hey, just say you don't want to miss that. It's our brothers, our sisters dwelling in unity, multiple camps coming together as one under the banner of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. So if possible, make that drive, or if it's not too late, go ahead and book that flight. Because you will enjoy yourself and you will be edified.
That's right.
Also, when you come in, make sure you hit that like button. And especially you soldiers, hit that like button. And share it with the people, so they can be edified as well.
Um,
Salakia as well. Before we even get started, I
Go
may
give
have
it
a
a
little
quick.
bit of background noise. I'm in transit right now. I'm on my way to Detroit. You know, so I may have a little bit of background noise, but I'll try to keep it down.
Con.
hey, shalom to the people, man. Yahweh Shemi Awashai Barakatah. And Yahweh Shemi Awashai Shemaratah. And to the brothers and sisters out there, I pray that you guys are still enduring to the end, keeping the faith and continuing to study. Man. You know, hey, many trials and tribulations are going on and tests. Most High's trying a lot of brothers and sisters in the fire, but y'all remember y'all still gotta endure this thing. Y'all remember y'all still gotta stay strong and stay fast in this race. All right, in this walk. Kind.
That's right, out. That's right. Hey, as we move closer to getting started, remember, a Son of Thunder, Israelites is a Bible-based organization. Okay, so let's make sure we got our pens, our pads, something to write with there, people. Okay, make sure you got yourself a King James Bible. Okay, if you got the 1611 King James Bible, that's a plus because we want you to have the King James Apocrypha. Okay, we want you to have the King James Apocrypha. That's that red book. If you don't have the uh, the King James version, okay. All right. It also comes. It's not just red. There's some other apocrypha, King James apocrypha out there, but just make sure you got the King James apocrypha. All right, that consists of 14 books that was taken out, okay, of the Bible, about 270 years, okay, after King James gave the word to go ahead and translate this into many different languages. Okay. We also want you to have your um, your uh, your concordance. Okay. I want you to have your concordance. If you got it on standby, and also your Grudem's concordance for your apocrypha. Okay. So that you can be edified. Hey, Yaradan, I think we can go ahead and get started now.
Khan, the water. All right, so I'm Brother Yardan, Captain Yardan, and today's lesson is going to be about today's question is: Are Hebrew Israelites terrorists or extremists? Because that word is kind of interchangeable. We're going to go into some slight differences of the two, but we're going to go through it. We're gonna also go through what we are and what we really teach. So if anybody has any misconception that uh, we do practice terrorism, we're gonna clear that. We're gonna clear that right up. All right. So as Adawan said, make sure you have your Bible, your pen, your pad, your apocrypha, your King James Bible, of course. And an attentive ear. All right. We're gonna have different forms of media that we're gonna pull up. Have some videos, some news articles, and some other information. And I'll put it on the screen so you'll be able to follow along. All right. But the first thing is, like, why would anybody even ask this question? How could anybody think that we're extreme or that we're terrorists, right? And you have to look at it from our lens. It doesn't make sense, of course, because we know what we teach. But if you look at it from the lens of a Christian or somebody who's uneducated in what we study, which is the Bible, they can see our views as extreme. Even a Christian who's supposed to study the Bible, when they see the things that we teach, they don't believe it. They don't think that it really says that. You know what I mean? And it kind of bothers them. Let me get First Peter 2:9. Let me get First Peter 2:9. It kind of bothers them because when we teach the way we do and we show that we really believe it, it puts them in a spirit that's confounded. They're like, are y'all really following the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability? Like, do you really do that? You know what I'm saying? And it vexes their spirit. They're like, I can't do all that. You know, I've heard people say, you know, I gotta have my shrimp. You know what I'm saying? They have their certain vices that they're not willing to give up. And what we teach is we have to give up all those vices. Anything that the Most High is against, we're against. And to them, that's extreme because we have extreme faith. We believe what we're teaching is true. We believe these scriptures and these precepts are true. You know, so go ahead and read that.
Con. This book of 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Khan. So the Most High called us out of darkness. You know what I mean? And in that darkness, there's all kind of chaos. That's what darkness symbolizes, chaos. And he pulled us out of that. So now that we're in the light, we look strange to the other people. We look strange to our own people. Because we're really trying to be something better. We're trying to be something different. And we're constantly improving. And of course, you know, we all fall, but we get back up, you know, and that confounds people. To them, that's extreme. You really doing all those commandments? You don't have to do all that. That's the first thing a Christian will tell you. And we say, yes, we do. And they say, you do everything. And then we tell them, I try the best to the best of my ability, you know? So that's extreme to them. But the what we're
That's
really
right.
getting into is not
Shalakia.
okay.
I got a precept.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody get 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 10. All right, because what the brother's bringing out, okay, is that we are holy, okay? We are holy unto the most high power. All right, that means that we are separate, all right, and we're going to be different, okay, and we're going to look different to the people, okay, as our forefather Noah did, you know what I mean? As the prophets did, okay, as Paul, when he converted from Saul, did. You know what I mean? Paul was running with him. All right. When he was Saul, he was running with him, putting people to death, Akim and Aqua. Okay. But he transformed his mind and he was converted. Go ahead and read that real quick. 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 10.
This
Con.
book,
It's the book of
Hey,
Yo,
Kahari, go ahead and read because the brother Durant seems like he's got a little static. Go out and come back in, Durant. Hey, go out and come back in, Durant.
Con, this book of 1 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 10. We are fools for Christ's sake, but ye are wise in Christ. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised.
Read that first part again.
God. We are fools for Christ's sake.
We are fools for Yahweh Bashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Okay, we're fools. Okay, this means we're gonna do everything according to the scriptures. Okay, that's gonna make us look different. No, you don't have to keep the law. Okay, my pastor told me that you don't have to keep the law anymore. Remember, there's no Jew nor Greek. Okay, you know, everything that is a stumbling block to the people in the world is going to look different, all right, to you, okay, because you're in this truth. You have eyes to see now and you have ears to hear, but they don't. We got to remember that, okay? So we're fools for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, we look stupid. We got fringes on our clothes. We look weird to them. Okay, we're out teaching the word on Saturday in the streets. Why you ain't got no building? Why you ain't teaching in a temple? Okay, why you out here bothering these folk on the street? Okay, because we're fools for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Go ahead, Al.
the water I don't want. You got something, Kari?
Oh, La, I thought he told me to continue on that.
Salakia, go ahead.
Con. But ye are wise in Christ. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised.
That's right. Okay. You know, we are despised. We're all those things because the Most High Son told us, okay, that if they hated you, they hated me first. Okay. We got to drink of the cup of the Hamashiach Yahushua. And in that process, we're going to be fools for his sake. Go ahead, Yardan.
Khan. So let's get into the definition of terrorism. And let's go by the FBI's definition. All right. Um I have something in the background, Adawan. Okay, Khan. So terrorism. Protecting the United States from terrorist attacks is the FBI's number one priority. The Bureau works closely with its partners to neutralize terrorist cells and operatives here in the United States to help dismantle extremist networks worldwide and to cut off financing and other forms of support provided to foreign terrorist organizations. So, like I said, that extremists and that terrorists is often interchangeable. You know, and here's the difference. International terrorism, violent criminal acts committed by individuals or groups who are inspired by or associated with designated foreign terrorist organizations or nations, state sponsored. So when they say extremists, what they're really saying is we think you're a terrorist, but you haven't done anything violent or you haven't committed any criminal acts as of yet. So we're going to still watch you and see what you're doing, but at the moment you haven't done anything from our knowledge. That's what they're saying by extremists. All right. And international terrorism and domestic terrorism, of course, domestic is on U.S. soil, international is abroad. All right. So with that in mind, we're going to go to another news article which inspired this lesson. All right. So bear with me for a second. Okay, it should be back there, Adawan. Con. So this article was leaked in 2019, or these documents were leaked in 2019. Okay. Leaked FBI documents indicate Black identity extremists and animal rights activists are among the agency's top counterterrorism priorities under Donald Trump. The FBI's priority list documents obtained by the Young Turks Thursday lay out the Bureau's 2018 fiscal year focal points in counterterrorism, cybercrimes, and counterintelligence. The 2018-2019 threat guidance documents describe Black identity extremists and those who use force and violence of criminal law in response and perceive racism and injustice in American society. Okay, so right there is already a problem. Because if you're responding to injustice, how are you the one that's the victim? You know, how are you the one that's the threat? If someone is doing something wrong and you're trying to correct that, how are you the problem? It doesn't make sense. But you know what I'm saying? America thrives on injustice. That's part of America's society. It was built on that. All right. But let's continue on. It says the file claimed some BIE acted in hopes of establishing a separate Black homeland or an autonomous Black social institution, communities, or governing organizations within the United States of America. So this is this is their big problem, because of course Esau hates us, right? He can't stand us, but he loves our music. He loves how we work for them. He loves, what we can do for them, and he does not want us to separate from them. Like it reads in the Maccabees, he wants us to be one people, not because he loves us, but because he can get something out of us. He can use us if we envy him and we envy his ideologies, and we envy his way. He does everything he can to put us under the table so he can give us his scraps. You know what I'm saying? And us saying, hey, we want to be separate. The Most High has made us a peculiar nation, a holy priesthood. I mean, we're a holy people, and we don't want anything to do with your society. We don't want anything to do with your worldview. That's a threat to Esau. It's a threat if the black man does it, of course. It's a threat if the Hispanic man does it, the Native American man. But if all of us do it together in unity under Yahushai, under Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, that's his biggest fear. He can't sleep at night thinking about that. Right? All right. So we're going to continue on because this is more.
Hey, Shalakia.
Go ahead, Adawan.
Shalakia. I just want to make a quick point. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay. Hey, now we know that the fake Jew runs everything, right? We know that the fake Jew runs the music industry. We know, what I mean. He's got his hands in our method of wearing clothing. Okay, the movies, this, that, and the third, right? They got everything on display. They control how we conduct ourselves. But Jake and Eve, okay, Israel has always been a separate people. Okay, we see Esau with his corny plaid shirt on. Okay, you know what I mean? Issachar took that thing, that flannel. Issachar took that thing and picked it out. They took the button, okay, and they do one button at the top and open it up. You feel me? And they wear the flag on the back. All right. Jake took the corny ball cap. All right. Esau take that thing, man, curl it down. Okay, got it all over his eyes. Okay, Jake took that thing, pimped it off to the side. We were rocking the hat to the back years ago. Okay, you know what I mean? Chris Cross was wearing. You remember when Chris Cross came and we were wearing our pants backwards, the cross colors and stuff like that. I mean, hey, look, we've been separate, all right, for quite some time. All right, we've been separate from quite some time. Esau just got to get his or her hand in there, okay, and manipulate this thing, okay, and profit off of it, just like the brother Captain Yaradan is bringing out, okay. So we've always been a separate people, the salt of the earth, okay. Esau doing his snake dance, okay, looking all offbeat, all right, this, that, and the third, all right, and Jake then turned that thing into an electric slide, the hustle, okay, you know what I mean? So hey, we always been a separate people, the salt of the earth, Hey, but go ahead there,
Khan, and to your point, Adawan, we are American culture. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to like artistry, when it comes to the music, like we made jazz, we made rock and roll, we made rap, and all those are international music genres. You know what I mean? Not to mention what we do in like film and what we do in sports. You know what I mean? If you think of a top tier entertainer, hey, it's Jake. Well, the biggest entertainer ever, Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Jake. He might not look like it. He might not look like it at the end, but you know what I'm saying. America loves that salt. They love for us to entertain them, right? But they hate for us to unify. And we're gonna read a little bit more. All right, so it continues. An international FBI report from August 2017 was widely criticized for using the BIE label, which many called racist. But the Consolidated Strategy Guide documents leaked this week showed the FBI kept the term and made BIE one of its top counterterrorism priorities. Under the Trump administration, they're considered a bigger threat than terror groups such as Al-Qaeda. So I don't even know how you can compare the two. You know, and of course, when they say black identity extremists, they're not just talking about us. They're talking about, you know, the Moors. They're talking about Kemet. They're talking about anybody with a lot of melanin, a decent amount of melanin, that wants to get away from their system and that's trying something different. You know what I mean? But we definitely fall into that category, and we scare them the most because we're teaching our people order. You know what I mean? We're teaching our people how to be separate and to prosper.
That's right.
You know, and that's really what we teach. Like this terrorism stuff, it really makes no sense. You know, but Esau is constantly he's constantly watching us, and he constantly has been watching us throughout all of our, you know, attempts at unifying. Even the civil rights movements, with Malcolm X, uh, the Black Panther movement, with Fred Hampton, and we're going to get into some other things, and of course Martin Luther King. The FBI has, been surveying them from the jump because they fear us coming together and having a unified cause, right?
Salak,
So
yeah.
go ahead.
I just wanted to say,
That's
like, this
right.
just goes to show you. This just goes to show you how understanding Esau is of what they've done on this earth. Like, they understand what they've done. They know how vile they are. So it has to be a fear in you to want to keep a people down so low because you're afraid of what they might do to you. You're afraid of that vengeance that's prophesied to come upon your people. So this just goes to show you that they're not dumb to what's going on and how they benefit off of what they've done on this earth.
Khan. Hey, and like you just said, they know they did wrong, and they know they're gonna get theirs at the end. You know what I mean? But it's not gonna be through us. It's gonna be through Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. We're not taking up guns. And but they would love nothing more than for one of us to do something like that, and they would plaster it all over the even news, like a year ago with the brother in Jersey City, and how he put some Edomites to death. The first thing that they said was Hebrew Israelite. You know what I mean? This friends group, this group of extremists. They were quick to throw that in there, but they never even came back and retracted and said that he was not part of anybody's organization. He had his own ideals, he had his own ideology, and he had his own way of thinking, and which is really against the Hebrew Israelite doctrine, because Yahweh commands us to gather together. He commands us, if one of us in this camp were thinking about something like that, the thing that we should do is seek counsel and say, hey, I'm thinking about doing something crazy. And then the elders in the group were like, no, why would you think that? You off. And we would show them the proper way to change us, the proper way to get that vengeance against our enemies. All right, so, and I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. So let's go to bring it out.
Khan, it's the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 16. And it reads, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. So, Yahweh Shah has given us wisdom on how to be in this captivity. He's letting us know that we're going amongst wolves. So we had to use wisdom and discernment when dealing with our enemies, because it is not our time yet. We don't have might in our hands yet.
Khan. And hey, of course Esau doesn't believe this, but we're not really thinking about him 24/7. We're the most important. You know what I mean? Putting ourselves back where we need to be in our righteous position. That tops anything that we got, that Esau is doing. So let me get Isaiah 61. And you can start at verse 1.
Khan,
This is the book.
Either or.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 61 and verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because Yahweh hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prisons to them that are bound.
Con and A. No one's more bound in America's system than the Black, Native American, and Hispanic.
Thanks.
No one's more poor. This is what we're teaching to our people. You fall under these categories. In this gospel, Yahweh calls this the gospel, is to you and to us and to your children and to your brothers and to your sisters. Right? Keep reading.
Con, verse 2. To proclaim the acceptable year of Yahweh and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn.
Con, so that day of vengeance that we're speaking of, that Kahari just spoke of, it's going to come, but it's going to come from Yahweh. That's his day. You know what I mean? And his wrath is way more fierce than our wrath. What he can do to them is nothing. What we can do is nothing compared to what he will do.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we just have to keep patience. Keep reading.
To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they may be called the trees of righteousness, the planting of Yahweh, that the might, Salakia, that he might be glorified.
Khan. So what we're really trying to do is glorify Yahweh, and we do that by taking back our righteousness and becoming what we ought to be instead of what we are. Instead of being a simple Jake in America, following them like a puppy. We have to cut that umbilical cord so that we can receive what Yahweh has made for us. You know what I mean? So I don't want to yakim y'all a little backwards. He had a lesson about heritage, and it's our rightful inheritance, and we have to take that thing back. That's what we teach, and that's what Esau is afraid of more than anything else. He's more afraid of you becoming an Israelite and you keeping the law, statutes, and commandments and putting your family in order than you picking up any weapon.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Because
That's
the
right.
weapons of our warfare are not carnal. You know what I mean? So like you can come
That's
through
right.
with a tank.
And I'm
That's nothing. Go ahead. Go ahead, Adawan.
That's right. Hey, and I'm gonna tell you something else. Hey, he also doesn't care what religion you practice. Okay, he don't care. You know what I mean? If you run behind, Islam and put on a suicide, bomber's vest, okay, and go out and doggone blow up a marathon. Okay, they're gonna forget about that thing in 10 days. Okay, they're gonna forget about that thing in 10 days. All right. He don't care if you worship Buddha. He don't care if you worship Christianity. All right. He don't care if you worship any other Shalaki. You know what I mean? He don't care if you worship any other faith. Okay. But if you say you were Israelite, all right, now you're anti-Semitic. Okay. And we got problems with you. Okay. Because they understand, okay, that thing they did, putting these damn dogs, all right, in our land, all right, over there in 1948, okay, when in 1948, am I speaking correctly right now? Okay, they understand putting those dogs, okay, over there in our doggone land when the scriptures say something contrary to that in Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. Okay, they understand that. All right, so as long as you're not an Israelite, all right, you can be anything else. All right, and these jokers, they gonna have a problem with that thing. Go ahead,
Khan. Yeah, let me get Ephesians 6 and 12.
Con. This is Salakia. You said 6 and 12?
bring it up.
Khan.
The book of Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Khan. So, and to fight that battle, AK ain't going to do it. A tank ain't going to do it. You know what I mean? Hey, Esau is carnal. First and foremost, we're spiritual. So how are we going to fight him with the carnal battle? He's going to beat us. You know what I mean? His blessing was the sword. That's all that man knows how to do is go to war. You know, that's his only thing that he's just really good at. You know, conquest and war. You know, and designing weapons. That's his pleasure. You know what I mean? But our pleasure is to defeat those things that he holds in such high esteem with the righteousness of Yahweh. You know what I mean? And watch him pull it down. Watch him fight our battles. You know what I mean? So that's what we're doing when we're teaching this Bible. We're wrestling against these principalities and we're fighting against this darkness with our sword, with our spiritual sword. And that's all we really need. So the government sees us as extremists and terrorists. Really, we teach the gospel. We teach uplifting our people, you know, teaching our people to clean their way. And if you really think about it, they fit the definition of terrorists. The U.S. government is the biggest group of terrorists that has ever been on the face of this earth, and that ever will be. Something happens,
That's
they
right.
usually have their hand
That's
in it.
right.
They usually have their hand in it somewhere. Even with this recent assassination in Haiti, you know, I'm not 100% certain that the United States had something to do with it. But if I was a betting man, you know, I mean, I placed my bet on, you know, the states. You know, they had some part in it. You know, um, so we're gonna go into what types of terrorism, what type of intimidation and violence that they've used against our people throughout time that have been trying to unify. All right,
Salakia Adawan.
go ahead, Ak.
Esau is such a demon because his blessing being the sword, he's even weaponized words. So he commits terrorism even with words, like labeling certain groups terrorists, right? Using certain trigger words for certain groups. Even a 40-year-old white woman is now a dangerous creature these days now, because she can get on the phone and say this black male is following me, and that's your life. They're gonna pull up guns drawn, because when they hear that, it sets off a signal like, oh, it's wartime, right? Because they take their word. This is their kingdom. So this is how much of a terrorist Esau is. To even his children are terrorists. His children can take your life with just a phone call.
Hey, hey, Shalakia. Hey, speaking of children, hey, let's show these jokers who the real terrorists are. Okay, let's show them who the real terrorists are. Hey, you got that video there, Yaradon? Okay, let's show them
You
who the
sent
real
it.
terrorists are.
You sent it to my email, Kahari.
I didn't get your email, but you want me to just play
Hey,
it over
hey,
this?
pull it up on your phone. Pull it up on your
Con.
phone, Kahari.
So you want to see some real terror? This brother is about to show you some real terror, and it's acceptable. You know, that's the scariest part about it. You know, this is something that they're going to be teaching in our in the school systems, and they already teach it in the media. You know, you can't even say anything wrong about this group of terrorists, because if you do, your career can be over with, your position can be gone, you'll be publicly shunned. These people are running this society. Well, go ahead, Ot.
These are the terrorists you should be afraid of right here. Hold on, slide.
As we celebrate Pride and the progress we've made over these past years, there's still work to be done. For those of you out there who are still working against equal rights, we have a message for you. You think we're sinful? You fight against our rights. You say we all lead lives you can't respect. But you're just frightened. You think that we'll corrupt your kids if our agenda goes unchecked. Fight justice once, you're correct. We'll convert your children. Happens bit by bit, quietly and subtly, and you will barely notice it. You can keep them from disco, warn about San Francisco. Make him wear pleated pants, we don't care. We'll convert your children. We'll make them tolerant and fair. At first, I didn't get why you'd be so scared of us turning your children into accepting, caring people, but I see now why you'd have a problem with that. Just like you worried, they'll change their group of friends. You won't approve of where they go at night to protest. But when you'll be disgusted when they start finding things online that you kept far from their sight, like information, guess what? You'll still be alright. We'll convert your children, yes we will. Reaching one and all, there's really no escaping it. Cause even grandma likes RuPaul. And the world's getting kinder. Gen Z's gayer than Grindr. Learn to love, learn to vogue, face your fate. We'll convert your children. Someone's gotta teach them not to hate. We're coming for them. We're coming for your children. We're coming for them. We're coming for them.
Hey, Salaki, kid, cut the tape, yeah. Hey, Salaki, hey, Adam, I can get a couple precepts.
Hey, go ahead.
Hey, so you guys, hey, y'all see what our people, what y'all see what these demons are trying to do to our people, man. Y'all see what they're trying to do to our children. Y'all see the steps. Hey, man, if anybody are extremists, it's them. Why would you go to that extent? Wait, why would you go to that extent to put your foot in people's children's lives like that? We're gonna convert your children. What you gonna convert them to what? Hey, give me the book of Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13. What are you committing our children? What you gonna convert our children to? Hey, can I get the book of Romans chapter 6 and verse 23? What are you converting our children to? Is what I want to know. I mean, it's obvious, be okay with homosexuality. They in our school system trying to sexualize our children and teach our children about sex at low ages, man. My 5-year-old little sister don't need to know about sex and masturbation and things in that nature. Why she need to know that?
Right.
Hey, man, time out. Who the terrorists, man? Who the terrorists in this thing?
Right.
Can I get the book of Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13?
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13.
Hey, listen to this.
If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination.
Keep reading.
They shall surely be put to death.
So what you converting our children to? Can I get the book of Sirach chapter 15 and verse 13? What are you converting our children to? I'm so confused. Are you converting them to the ways of death that will make them surely be put to death by the Most High God? Because the Most High God not playing. Give me Sirach. Let's show them what the Most High God, how the Most High God not playing.
It's like it. And I got your verse right here.
Go ahead, read that.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 15, verse 13.
Bring it out.
The Lord hateth all abomination.
What does the Lord hate?
All abomination.
Leviticus 20 just called a man that lied with mankind an abomination. So what are you converting our children to is what I'm asking.
Abominable acts.
Abominable acts. Keep reading.
And they that fear God love it not.
Hey, it don't love those abominable acts, man. So we're not going to teach our children about homosexuality and things in that nature. You know what? We are going to teach our children about homosexuality and teach them what the Bible says about it. What Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13 tells them about it. That those ways are the ways of death. Right? Go ahead with your point, Carly.
Hey, and Slakia, because isn't the tactic of many terrorist groups is to force children soldiers, right? They force children to rank up in their armies. What you just saw was an army of sodomite demons.
You see the army of them, man.
An army of them, and they're assembling, telling you their plot, and there's nothing you can do about it, Jake. because you continue in the ways of this wicked nation. You're supplicit to your slavery. So therefore, we're going to come in your house. We're going to take your children and we're going to convert them to our military, convert them to our agenda.
Hey, get the book of Romans, Adam. Man. Let's hear what Romans 6:23 got to say.
I got you.
Give me 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9.
This is the book of Romans.
Go ahead, Adawan.
Bring it out. Hey, this is the book of Romans, chapter 6 and verse 23. For the wages of sin is death.
Tell him what the wages of sin is.
But the gift of Yahweh. For the wages of sin is death. But the gift of Yahweh is eternal life through the Hamashiach Yahushai, our Lord.
Khan, all praises to the Most High for giving us that life, man. For giving us that life back. But hey, these people are teaching our children what? To choose death in this thing. Right? Hey, get 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. Let's read this. Hey, Adawan Yaradan. You called 1 Peter 2 and 9. But I flipped to this and read this. Watch how the spirit moves, man. Watch how the spirit moves.
This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 2 and verse 9.
Right.
The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations.
Right. So he knows how to get us out of temptations, right? He knows how to deliver us. Like what? Like Isaiah chapter 61 was telling us, right? Continue to read.
And to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment.
So how was punished? Hey, Salakia, I had cut you off, Salakia. But how does the Most High God reserve the ungodly to the day of judgment to be punished? By making the world comfortable with what? What's going on?
Right.
So, hey, and now they bringing us out on the forefront. Now the world is privy to this Pride Month and things in that nature. All of this wickedness, I don't always bring it up, man. We got the rap culture, and with the rap culture comes different trends and things in that nature. What's the trend of this rap culture, man?
Hey, Salakia.
Whoring our women, right? Worshiping money, worshiping things that are not the Most High God, man. So that's coming with this, right? So that's how that putting out in the forefront and having our people glued to this type of thing. Right. That's how you preserve the wicked to the day of judgment, right? Because they gonna go all the way there until the Most High crack the sky, and then they gonna be crying, "Hey, Lord, Lord," right? Continue. Hey, read verse 10. Read verse 10. Keying on this.
But chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanness and despise government.
Despise the structure of the Most High God. Keep reading.
Presumptuous are they, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil indignities.
Hey, so they're not going to be afraid to call you an extremist and you a terrorist when they trying to convert your kids to homosexuality. When they're trying to take your kids and molest them. Hey, how? hey, man, I'm making my career be, man. Hey, how? How are they gonna do that, man? Hey, they just say, wait, so I'll get your point after this. They just say, wait, those people that walk in the lust of their flesh, right? Burning in their lust one for another. That's describing the homosexual, man. That's describing Eve that's worshiping money that will put her body on the line for all of that. For all the riches, for all the glory. She don't give a damn about herself. She just want the money. She want to worship that thing in this world, man. Jake want to worship the same thing because they want the girl, man. They want to whore their women out with any chance they get, man. Lipstick and dresses. They want to wear lipstick and dresses out in this thing, like the mighty soldier said. But you know what those people that are forward in wickedness do and what they say? Oh, you guys are bad. Y'all teach hate. Y'all are the terrorists. Y'all are menaces to society. And look, Esau in the corner. Yes, excellent.
Right,
excellent. Right. My plan is going forward. Right. They're the terrorists, not me, who's raping your women, shooting your young boys. Right. Not me. Not little white man in the corner, man. Not that devil, right? That's playing in the gentrifier neighborhoods at an alarming rate. push crack cocaine and weapons in your society. That's not the terrorists. It's you niggas that's on live
Right.
4 times out of the week pushing the word of the Most High God. You niggas are the terrorists
Right.
that go on the street corners and bid your people back to the marriage. You the problem.
Hey.
I just don't understand. How are we the problem? Go ahead, Kari.
And they call evil good and good evil,
Hey,
right?
get that in Isaiah chapter 5 and 20, man.
Go
ahead with your point.
And Proverbs 15 says, folly is joy to him that's destitute of wisdom. I mean, these people continue in this thing because it's fun to them. They get excited just seeing you. They get excited seeing you be angry at their hypocrisy, right? And about Jake, Jeremiah 8:3 covered that, right? Many shall choose death, right? Right? They're going to continue in the congregation of dead because they choose the ways of this nation. They choose to cling to the ways of this perverse society. But I wanted to bring out something the sister said in the comments. Sister Sion, she said something real, right? She said, let me get it real quick. She says, Slock it. Basically, she says that next is going to be pedophilia. Yeah, Khan. She says pedophilia and bestiality is next on their agenda, right? Can't watch TV no more. But what a lot of people don't understand is that's here right now. A lot of states in the United States of America, in this wicked ass place, they've got farms or these type of things where they allow people to go and have sex with animals. Like in the state of Texas, bestiality is legal, right? They're trying to pass a bill right now in Congress that allows pedophilia to be labeled as a sexual orientation, a sexual identity. See, this whole trans LGBTQ movement is a Trojan horse, because if we can get the door open with these human rights, allowing us to identify as men when we're women, allowing us to identify as women when we're men, right? All these abominations, we can get what we really want in there. That's how America has operated for forever, since the foundations of it. That's how they've infiltrated other countries and destroyed it. That's how they've infiltrated your communities and your movements and destroyed it, by giving you something sweet, and it turns out being crap, man.
Hey, go
They
ahead, get
corrode
that,
you from the
Isaiah.
inside
That's
out.
exactly what you said, man. Go ahead, guys. That's exactly what you said. They give you, they give you what? Something sweet, man. And you fall in the trap. Hey, no, they not giving you something sweet. They giving you what? The ways of death. Go ahead, read that, and then we gonna surrender it back to Adonai, y'all right there. We're gonna surrender it back.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 5 and verse 20.
Bring it up.
It reads, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter."
And that's the so-called white man pushing his gay agenda. And as the mighty soldier Kahari said, his pedophilia Salaki, his pedophilia his pedophilia agenda as well, right? While he's sexualizing your children and teaching them that this is all right to have these feelings and this is all right to do. So them being them feeling comfortable, okay, this is normal. When they family's friends come over and touch on them, they it's normal.
Right.
Man, that you see how they try to push this thing to normalize it? That's to the destruction of our people. Hey, but you know what? Our people don't care. I don't want y'all right now. Because why? The white man is all right, and his agendas that he pushes cool, but it's just you niggas on the corner. Y'all are the terrorists, man. Y'all the problem.
Khan. Hey, well put from both of you brothers. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and y'all exactly right. That's an extreme form of terrorism, because you got to. They even want to implement it in your brains to use certain pronouns. Like, you looking at a man, you see a full beard, but you got to call her she. You got to call her they. Like, it don't make sense. And they want to teach your kids to do the same thing. You know, hey, especially in Atlanta. I remember the first time I stepped foot in Atlanta, it was like this Edomite. He was like 6'4", You know what I'm saying? Like 300 pounds and was walking down the street in a gray dress. I was confounded. You know what I mean? I almost got back on the plane. You know what I mean? But hey, but
Con.
and those is fighting words. You know what I mean? The way that sodomite put that at will convert your children. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't converting my children out of darkness, you don't even need to speak to my children. I'm afraid to even send my kids to public school. You know, she's young right now, but you know, she's getting older. And I hate to send her to a place that they singing something like this. Like she's not going. I'd rather for her to be dumb. You know what I'm saying? To be dumb and keep the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments than to be, you know, educated in this wickedness. You know what I mean? Because our people are already wise to do evil. I don't want that to progress.
God.
You know, so that you brothers is right. That's an extreme form of terrorism. And just like Kahari said, like they use words and things like that to they weaponize them, you know, because that's exactly what they'll call you if you say no, I don't want my child to be like that. You know, I want my child to be I want my son to have a wife. You know, but like you hate
They call it homophobic.
homophobic. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
Right.
I'm not afraid. I just don't want you around me. You know, I'm not afraid of you. You know what I mean? But I digress.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
why they trying to try the kids? They trying to make it to where the kids don't have no gender. When they come out the womb, what they calling them babies? They trying to make it to where you know
Babies.
they call the kid a they be versus a baby. They be like, you know, so that the kid, you know what I mean, can live, you know, a certain amount of time, and that kid would decide whether or not, you know, he or she is a boy or a girl, you know, by giving them the doll test, okay, or the little toy car test. If listen, if you give a doll to a doggone 2-year-old boy, he's gonna play with the thing. All right, he's gonna play with the thing. All right, he don't know no better. He's just a kid. You give a little car to a little girl, she's gonna roll that thing on the ground. All right, that's about the most absurd thing I ever heard in my life. These people are doggone wicked. All right, and the Most High is gonna destroy this place. Hey, go ahead, Doc.
So like you out of one. Hey, at the age of at a young age, you know, if you gave me a dang on soda bottle, I would play with it. You can't judge a gender off what a child plays with. It makes no sense, man.
And since when do children make decisions? You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't trust them with any other type of life decision. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't send a 5-year-old child with a handful of money and be like, hey, go pay this bill. You know what I mean? So how can you trust them to make a life decision like that? You know what I mean? That alters the course of their life. You know, he's obviously biologically a male. He says he's a female, and you know, you trust his judgment. You know what I mean? The man is 5. He don't even know what he's saying. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna go ahead and move on from this because hey, we can stay on something like this all day because the agenda is being pushed like they sung in the song, and even through like you brother said, through like a rap culture and things like that. Like that's how they push it to our people. They try to make it look cool. You know, they got brothers wearing dresses and painting their nails. You know what I'm saying? And talking about all kind of suspect stuff. All right, but back on this the government being terrorists. I got an article in the background, Adawan, and like you tell me this isn't terroristic right here. And I'll have one of you brothers read it because it's getting kind of loud back here. If y'all can see it.
Hey, zoom in on that thing, guys.
Want me to go ahead and read it?
Khan, hey, you asking a little too much now. I don't want.
Hey, you did that thing last week, huh? I thought you had the mad Zoom in skills, man.
Mhm.
Hey, it's all good, brother. Hey, read that. Read that card.
Con.
I'm gonna
The
blow it
three
up.
Con. The three daughters of Malcolm X joined civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump on Saturday to reveal what they say is evidence that proves the NYPD and the FBI conspired to have him assassinated. The civil rights activist and prominent figure in the Nation of Islam was killed at the Audubon Ballroom in Manhattan in February 1965. The family members and Crump said the allegations were in a deathbed letter by a former police officer, Raymond Wood. In the January 25th, 2011 letter, Wood, who was on duty the day of Malcolm X's death, said he participated in actions that, in hindsight, were deplorable and detrimental to the advancement of my own black people. Under the direction of my handlers, I was told to encourage leaders and members of the civil rights groups to commit felonious acts, Wood said in the letter. Wood stated he was coerced by his NYPD supervisors to entice members of Malcolm X security detail into committing crimes that resulted in their arrest days before the deadly shooting.
Con. So here we go, right? Because Esau likes to get crafty, you know what I mean, with his wickedness. He gets bored with, just being out front all the time. So he likes to do things low key. So what he did is Malcolm X had, security detail, and they intentionally uh, put these brothers in a position to commit crimes, right? And now his security is gone, which makes Malcolm X an easy target. And they say that he was killed by his own people. That's what they say all the time. But like we were speaking about earlier, the government had their hands in it. I mean, without a doubt, they don't want a brother like him, who the people can look at as a leader. And of course, he wasn't teaching. He wasn't teaching, our doctrine, of course. But he inspired the people, and the people, had hope and sought out change. And the government has a political agenda to eliminate brothers who can inspire our people. And that's what terrorists do. They're motivated by this is political violence against a set group. That is their definition of terrorism. They committed felonies by putting a brother to death, and he was targeted because of the things that he said. He wasn't killed, because he's just another brother. They wanted to silence him, and they wanted to silence what he was doing. you know um and
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Salaki. And I just wanted to bring out on the slave ships before we even got here. They used to cut out the tongues of chieftains and certain leaders on those slave ships because it was, like any leader, they could get the people together. They could conspire together and rally up the people just with their words. So they knew how powerful our people were, how powerful our leaders and judges were.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Some Because that's what our people need. You know what I'm saying. Our people are mighty. Don't get it twisted. Our people are mighty, but sometimes we just need to be roused. Sometimes we need somebody to remind us how mighty we are. You know what I mean? And brothers like this, and even brothers, whether you agree with the things that he taught, like Martin Luther King, brothers like Fred Hampton, we're gonna go into both of these brothers. They were able to inspire the people, to get them to think, to hear. You know what I mean? Where otherwise another brother wouldn't have that ability to do that. And that's what made them so much of a threat to the United States
Salakia.
government. So much of a threat that it was like, hey, we got to kill him. We got to take him out the picture. Go ahead, Adawan.
Right. Salakia. The brother's right. Hey, Captain Yaradan's right. It ain't really about the message that they was putting out there. We already talked about that thing. You know what I mean? From a religious standpoint, it wasn't about the message. It was about the fact that you had brothers able to make us gather together. Okay, when we come together in unity, it just puts fear in their hearts. Okay, one mighty brother. Okay, we was talking about Yaranan the other day. Okay, we were talking about Yaranan the other day, how mighty the brother looked in the spirit with his dreads, this, that, and the third. One mighty brother pumps fear in their hearts. All right. But when you bring a whole nation together, okay, bring the whole nation of Israelites together, all right, that pumps fear in their hearts, okay? And that day's coming, okay? That day's coming. We're already doing this all across the globe. Israelites are waking up by the second, all right, by the millisecond, all right. And when you know the 144, okay, have been awakened, which is our job to do, is curtains. It's curtains, and this devil can go and run in the clefts of the rocks. All right. It doesn't matter where you go, Esau. We are going to hunt your tail. All right, and you're going to pay. Point blank, period. All right, that joker knows his demise is coming. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. He knows his demise is coming. All right. All right, and that's why he's hanging on by the thread he's hanging on of right now. Go ahead, Al.
Con, exactly, Adawan. You know what I mean? Hey, because they need us. You know what I mean? So as soon as we like we read an article, we was reading a little bit about it. You know, the fear is that and that reminds me, the whole Juneteenth thing. We don't celebrate Juneteenth because you know it's not one of the most highest holidays. It's not his holy days. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of our people feel like that was a win. You know what I mean? That they got that day. They got that day off. And there is government figures talking about, hey, we only need one Independence Day. You know what I mean? We don't need Juneteenth. We got an independence. We got the 4th of July. You know what you need a Juneteenth for? Because it scares them. The thought that we don't need them and we don't want to be around them and we can do things on our own. You know, that puts fear in their hearts. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what these movements. Of course, they're not Hebrew Israelite doctrine, but that's what these movements are doing. And I'm about to play a video real fast. So for those of you who don't know, Fred Hampton was a brother that was in the Black Panthers, and he was able to speak to the people, and he was able to unify them. You know, our people, and even people that are not of our nation. You know, he was trying to get the people that were seen as the downtrodden, so like the poor, even like poor whites and things like that. He was able to rally them. And recently there was a movie. I liked the movie. It was called Judas and the Black Messiah, and this is the real life Judas right here. That the brother played in the movie. So we're gonna watch a quick snippet of some things that he had to say about the FBI.
The office and looking through a little clearing over on the next block, which was right in front of the Monroe Street address, and seeing a lot of police cars over there. And at that time, Bobby Rush came to the office. He had just come from over there, or maybe the coroner's office. In any case, we walked back over there, and we both were speechless. We just walked through the house and saw what had taken place and where he died, and it was shocking. And then I just began to realize that the information that I supplied leading up to that moment had facilitated that raid. I knew that indirectly I had contributed, and I felt it, and I felt bad about it. And then I got mad, and then I had to conceal those feelings, which made it worse. I couldn't say anything. I just had to continue to play the role. FBI had
So, you know, and in a certain light, I feel bad for this brother because the FBI found him. You know what I'm saying? They had something on him. They used him. They chewed him up and they spit him out. And this brother didn't know what was going on. He thought he was just going to get over. He thought he was just going to get away. But that's not the way that Esau deals. You know what I mean? Esau used the small fish to get the big fish. That's the way that he does things. So we know that the FBI, and the police, the police, other government organizations, we know that they're out to get us. Like it's a fact. It's a fact. The documents was leaked about Black identity extremists. They changed the name of it, but this thing is still going on. And they're waiting for one of us to do something crazy. They want one of us to do something crazy, and they'll probably, if possible, pay a brother to do something crazy. It makes it puts us in a bad light. That's what they want. They want to.
Salakia.
Go ahead, Ot.
Get Galatians. Somebody get Galatians chapter 2. Galatians chapter 2 and 3. All right, because it's bringing out what the brother's talking about. Okay, if you think, okay, that we don't have, all right, these doggone false jokers among us right now, all right, you're smoking something. Hey, go ahead and go to Galatians chapter 2. Start at verse 3.
Salakia, Adawan. I was gonna go there.
Hey, you already got that? You gonna bring that?
Yeah, you can go. You can go ahead.
I'll hold my piece out.
Oh no, you can go ahead and get it though. You got it, Adawan.
Hey, go ahead, bring it out. Galatians 2.
Khan, this book of Galatians chapter 2 and verse 3. But neither Titus, who was with me, being a Greek, was compelled to be circumcised. And that because of false brethren unawares brought in, who came in privily to spy out our liberty, which we have in Christ Jesus, that they might bring us into bondage.
That's right. Okay. I mean, that explains it in itself right there. Okay. They're going to be false brethren, okay, among us. All right. For the sake of spying. All right. Just like they did to Hamashiach Yahushai, one of his own, one of the 12, all right, set amongst and deceived, all right, and played the Hamashiach Yahushai for 30 pieces of silver. Okay. 30 pieces of silver. And it's just amazing to me, how the one of the 12 that deceived Mashiach Yahushai, okay, was Judas. Y'all understand what Judas's name means? Judas is just another name for Judah. Out of the 12, okay, Judas deceived the Hamashiach Yahushua. Okay, so there's going to be men that creep in unaware. All right, and they're going to play that agenda to spy. All right, because they were never brothers in the first place. All right, that's why we got to be circumspect. Okay, we got to be circumspect when we're dealing with brothers, and we have to prove. All right, we have to prove. That's Sirach chapter 6 and verse 7. All right, go ahead there.
Slack. And I just wanted to say, the brother Kaya said it for real. Like, that brother had the spirit of Judas on him for real, because when you watch the documentary and even the movie, it tells you that later that night, later that evening when the documentary was released, he committed suicide. So it's like that guilt of standing against the blood of his brother, right? Leviticus 19 and 16, which what tells you not to do, right? That ate him up to the point where he had to take his own life, man. That blood was on his hands and he couldn't get it off of him.
Khan, hey, that guilt eat their spirit up. You know what I mean? The Most High put that spirit on them to eat them up. You know what I mean? They think they're gonna get a little bit of gain, and and they lose everything. But we're gonna go to a similar situation. Let's go to Judges 9 and 1.
God, it's the book of Judges, chapter 9 and verse 1.
Salakia, before you go there, Kahara, continue on in that Galatians. Salakia for the background noise.
So this book of Galatians, chapter 2 and verse 4. And that because of false brothers, like verse 5, to whom we gave place by subjection, no, not for an hour, that the truth of the gospel might continue with you. But of these who seem to be,
Salakia. So these brothers that's been spying in on us, they wasn't slick. Paul knew exactly who they were, and he continued to teach. Keep reading.
but of these who seem to be somewhat, whatsoever they were, it maketh no matter to me. God accepteth no man's person. For they who seem to be somewhat in conference added nothing to me.
So Paul took this stance. Hey, I don't care if you working with them or not. You know, you might be healed and be converted. So Yahweh is in the respective of persons. You might have been wicked now. Then you might be doing something wicked at this moment, just like I was doing, but you can still be healed and converted. Read on.
But contrariwise, when they saw that the gospel of the circumcision was committed unto me, as the gospel of the circumcision was unto Peter, for he that wrought effectually in Peter to the apostleship of circumcision, the same was mighty in me toward the Gentiles. And when
So, hey, you know what I'm saying? They were able to be circumcised, and it's talking about spiritually. They were able to cut off. They were able to cut off the wickedness that they had on him and be converted. Some of them were spies, and hey, to this day, we have brothers among us. We have brothers at camp saying "Khan" louder than everybody else. We have brothers watching in on this video, sisters watching in on this video, taking notes. You know what I mean? Like, thought it was gonna be something juicy for them tonight. You know what I mean? Like, we was about to rally up and call something violent. Hey, that's not what we get about. We hope that brothers and sisters can hear the things that we say. We want all of our brothers and sisters to hear this thing, right? So
That's right.
go ahead and pull that in Judges 9:1.
God, one. It's the book of Judges, chapter 9 and verse 1. And Abimelech, the son of Jerubbaal, went to Shechem with his mother's brethren, Salakia, and communed with them, and with all the family of the house of his mother's father, saying, Speak, I pray you, in the ears of all the men of Shechem.
Salakia.
Salakia.
So Jeroboam was a mighty man. He was a mighty judge in Israel, and he had a son. And his son was from a heathen woman, right? Continue on.
Verse 2. It says, Speak, I pray you, in the ears of all the men of Shechem. Whether it's better for you, either that all the sons of Jerubbaal, which were 70 persons, reign over you, or one reign over you, or that one reign over you, Salakia. Remember also that I am your bone and your flesh.
So the brother was saying, "Hey, I'm an Israelite." You know what I'm saying? Hey, what y'all think, Israel? Would it be better than all the sons of Jeroboam reign over us, or maybe just one? You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta listen to all of them. You can just listen to one. Which is better for you? Continue reading.
Verse 3. And his mother's brethren spake of him in the ears of all the men of Shechem all the words of their hearts, and inclined to follow Abimelech, for they said, He is our brother.
But the heathen was in his ear and was like, "Hey, you with us, really? You know what I'm saying? I know you an Israelite. I know you judge the people and all that. I know who your father was, but look, you just like us. You know, we got something for you. Continue on."
Verse 4. And they gave him 70 pieces of silver out of the house of Baal Bethrith. Whereas Abimelech hired vain and light persons which followed him.
Con, hey, so they bribed that brother, just like how Judas was bribed. You know what I mean? And the Most High had put an evil spirit on him. You know what I mean? Keep reading.
Verse 5, and he went unto his father's house at Ophrah and slew his brethren, the son of Jerubbaal, being 70 persons, upon one stone. Notwithstanding, yet Jotham, youngest son of Jerubbaal, was left, for he hid himself.
Con, so this brother slew his flesh and blood. 70 of them. 70 of his brothers. Put them to death. You know, for a couple shekels. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Yahushua was turned in for the same thing, right? We got brothers among us that may try to do something similar, right? So I brought this out to say this. Today, we're the sons of thunder, you know what I mean? I feel like we're a mighty camp, you know, not to boast. I feel like we do good works, you know, through Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, who put the spirit on us to do these works. Hey, but you know, we're not invincible. The FBI can come for us and take us out. But guess what? You take us out, it's not like the Nation of Islam where it's one targeted branch. Black Panthers where it's one targeted branch. We're not like that. Yahweh put the spirit on us to be different and have different approaches. So you take out the Sons of Thunder, you got HOI, you got Sakari, you got One Body in Yahweh Shai, you got IUIC, you got the ISUPK. And you can take them all out, and other brothers will grow in their place, teaching this
That's
word.
facts.
You know, so you can't stop us. Just like how all of his brothers was taken out, it can happen. But there was one brother left alone to continue on the cause and to continue on the legacy, and that's all we need. And Yahweh says there is no end to the people, so there will always be a brother to pick up this sword and defend our truth and our gospel. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So it doesn't matter who's among
That's
us.
right, brother.
It doesn't matter how many informants the FBI got. It doesn't matter if it's the CIA. You know what I mean? Joe Biden could be listening on this call right as we speak. It does not matter, you know, because they can't stop this truth and they can't stop what Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai is doing for our people. They can't do it, no matter how much they try.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Hey, teacher, man.
Let's get Romans 12:1.
Con.
And we're gonna end it out with this, Israel.
Okay. Use the book of
Con.
Romans, chapter 2, verse 1. Hey, go ahead, Karen. Go ahead.
Brother, quick on the sword, man. This book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service.
So it's a reasonable thing to sacrifice yourself for this word. You know what I'm saying? If you got to be a martyr, you know, Most High willing, it won't happen to you, and you'll see this thing out through the end. But hey, the Most High said some of us will be cast into prison. The Most High said, you know, some of us would be put to death. You know what I mean? For this word. And that's exactly what we need to do. Read that again. Read that one more time.
Con. It's the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service.
It's a reasonable thing to be that living sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? How you die, you know, that's up to the Most High. But we have a choice in how we live. And we can live in a way that, you know, uplifts our people, that, you know, gets our people away from these dark doctrines, like what you brothers brought out with the whole converting thing. You know what I mean? And the other doctrines that's out here, you know what I mean, trying to corrupt our children, you know, trying to corrupt our people. You know, we have to constantly fight against this thing, you know, because they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. So we can't stop either. All right. So I hope the nation was edified. You know what I'm saying? I hope You know, you brothers and sisters know that you'll never be accepted among the heathen. They're always going to be looking at you as an extremist or a terrorist, you know, but understand that they're hypocrites, right? Because again, they're the biggest terrorists this world will ever see. No one's ever going to be able to top that, you know. Babylon the Great, you know, the great harlot. All right, but I'm brother
Salakia.
Yardan. Go ahead and get in there.
Khan, so I have one precept.
Bring it out.
Khan, this is the book of Khan, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 41 and verse 3. Fear not the sentence of death. Remember them that have been before thee and that come after, for this is the sentence of the Lord over all flesh. So, you know, the Most High is telling us not to fear death, man. Don't fear those things which will kill your flesh, right? We should have fear for the one who can destroy both the body and the spirit, right? But, you know, like our forefathers before us, in Second Maccabees, who would rather die than to transgress the laws of our fathers. This type of zeal we should have for our Lord, for our King, right? And for the law, statutes, and commandments and the laws of our fathers. So that's all I had to say about that. So gird up in these last days.
That's right, King. You know, so that's the end of my lesson. I hope brothers took notes. You know what I'm saying, and I hope brothers don't have the spirit of fear on them because I brought something like this out. Because you know, the government's
Shalakia.
always been looking at us. All right, go ahead, Adawan.
That's right, Shalakia. Hey, somebody bring out Joshua chapter 1 and verse 9. Okay? Get Joshua chapter 1 and verse 9. All right? There ain't no reason to be afraid. Bring that out.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 1 and verse 9. Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest.
That's right. Okay? Mashiach, Bashem Mashiach, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Bashem Mashiach, Yahweh Shai is with us every step of the way. Okay? All you got to do, okay, is fear the Most High and keep his commandments. And he's got your back. Okay? We got to endure this thing. Okay? The Most High didn't give us the spirit of fear. We got to stand tall. Get that 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7. All right? Get that. We have nothing to be afraid of. Okay? We have nothing to be afraid of. All right? Now, the end times are going to be scary. All right? What Ezra say? Woe is me. Woe is me. Okay? Who is going to doggone deliver me in this day? Right? Okay? Hey, it's going to be a bad time. And if you sitting there talking about you desire, okay, the day of the Most High, all right, hey, you going off. All right, because that's going to be something very terrible to look at. Scriptures say it's going to be like a man, okay? All right, a man is going to seem as if he's in travail like a woman, okay? Hey, that's heavy, that's heavy. Get that in 2 Timothy,
Khan. 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7. For the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind.
That's right, okay? All right, so he's only given us this the power, okay? He's only given us the spirit of power, okay, and of sound mind and of love, okay. But what's love? Love is keeping the commandments, okay, and our strength, all right, and our spirit lies there, okay, right here in the sight of the nations. Hey, the brother just brought out a very excellent lesson, you know, Israel, and I hope you were paying attention, okay, and I hope you were edified. Hey, let's bring back up the summit flyer, and let's touch it again for the people who weren't on earlier. Okay, we want to make sure our brothers and sisters come fellowship with us. Okay, we want to make sure they come fellowship with us at the 15th annual Hebrew Summit.
Khan, this in the
Again,
background. I don't want.
All right, so Akim and Akwaf. All right, we got the 15th annual Hebrew Summit. All right, coming to Atlanta, Georgia. All right, the Sons of Thunder Israelites will host that thing. Okay, all right, accompanied by a host of camps. You got the house of David coming down. You got the sons of doggone Jacob coming down. Okay, you got a wide array of camps coming down. I'm not trying to omit nobody, but there's a wide array, okay, of camps, okay, that are affiliated with the Marshal Yasharala, okay, and we're coming out, and we also have sister camps that are going to be there, okay, other sister camps that are going to be there, all right, to come and fellowship with us, okay. Hey, come out at camp, okay, which is going to start at 2 o'clock p.m. all right, on the 6th of August. All right, it's going to be right down in Woodruff Park, all right, where the Sons of Thunder normally teach. All right, if you got questions about how to get to Woodruff Park, just send us an email at sonsofthunderisraelites@gmail.com. Okay, we're gonna be down there, okay, until the Spirit tells us to leave. All right, and then on the 7th, we're going to have the actual, Hebrew Summit Conference. Okay, that's where the government of Israel, that's what the Marshal Yasharala stands for. The government of Israel is going to come out there. They're going to tell you what they're all about. They're also going to tell you how you can contribute to the government of Israel. Okay, and there's going to be a lot of fellowshipping. Okay, it's going to be concerts going on. People are going to be performing, brothers and sisters throughout Israel. Okay, it's going to be a very good time. All right, and then on the 8th, we're going to have a cookout. Okay, that location, and we'll make that known very soon. Okay, so be patient with us, Israel. We'll let you know what a cookout's going to be, all right, so you can get your planning and all that down. Okay, so come in fellowship, okay, with the Marshal Yasharala, okay, the Sons of Thunder, okay, and a wide array of camps, okay, with your brothers and your sisters, okay, and so we can gather together as we're commanded, okay, and serve Yahweh Ba'ashem HaMashiach Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm yielding the floor.
Khan Salakia, and be sure that you check out Milk Monday on Mondays, of course, and at 8:30 with Adwan Eliel and the brothers under him. Also on Truth Tuesday, which you should be tuned in now. Also, with this Truth Tuesday, as you see, Israel, we kind of changed things up a little bit. So if you have something that you want to be debunked, or something that you want us to go into to bring out the truth of the matter, go ahead and send me an email at yardan777@gmail.com, and we could possibly go into it, right? And we'll be doing that every Tuesday, bringing out the truth of whatever matter we bring up. Also make sure you're watching Thursday Night Thunder with Captain Benaiah, and we have a Friday class, where you can ask any question that you want, and we're willing to talk to you, like, mouth to mouth. And also brothers bring out lessons there, and we fellowship, and we have camp videos on Saturdays, so you can study with us throughout the whole week.
That's live. All right, that's live camp on Saturday. All right, live and direct.
Con. You brothers got anything that you want to add?
Hey, if y'all want more precepts, we can bring out some more precepts.
No, I mean, just say to the people before we sign out.
Oh, God.
Hey, Shalom. Hey, Shalom. Brothers and sisters out there, Yahweh Shemiel Shabbarakatham. And Yahweh Shemiel Shashamatham. And y'all brothers and sisters, stay enduring and stay patient in this walk.
Con.
Hey, Shalom family, like Sister Monique said in the comments, this is your culture. All right, this is your culture. So, come out, congregate with your people. Right? Be with your people. It's a beautiful thing when our people come together. Zephaniah 2:1, man. So, this is a commandment as well. So be with your people, man.
Con. Hey, y'all brothers also dropped that Friday night call number too.
Hey, Ak, your email address on blast right now, Ak, and you're gonna get
I see that
of emails.
That thing gonna be flooded, most high willing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we ain't gonna be able to get to everything, Israel. Hey, but we'll do what we can.
All right there, Yasha Allah. We are the sons of thunder Israelites. It's our hope, prayer, and desire that all Israel be saved. All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.